Hi, my name is Paula Shaw and I'm from Soulful Guiding, and in this video I'm going to dive into the major astrological themes, energies, planetary patterns of this powerful lunar eclipse that's coming up in Taurus. This eclipse is happening at 5 degrees of Taurus, so if you have anything within 5 degrees of that, so 0 to 10 degrees of Taurus will be affected for those of you that know your chart. And this will be happening on the 28th or the 29th of October, depending where you are in the world. So we're in it. As I'm filming this, it's just within a week of this eclipse, and the energies are starting to amplify and intensify. I can feel it in myself. I know where this is hitting my chart, and I'm literally seeing it, not because I want to. It is so obvious. And I'm sure many of you listening are feeling this as well. So this eclipse in Taurus, it's a lunar eclipse. So we're really at the end of a series of eclipses that have been working through these financial houses of Taurus-Scorpio, deep inner work, looking at our values, looking at our stories around power, the misuse of power. We've had the South Node in Scorpio. We've got to let go of old unhealthy power dynamics in our personal lives and in the collective. We can see what's been going on the last 2 years with regard to the misuse of power in so many facets of life. But the North Node is still in Aries. It has already moved into Aries, really amplifying the individual will and your inner spiritual warrior. However, the North Node has been traveling through Taurus for the last 18 months. And this eclipse is the final eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse, which means we've got to let something go. Something's going to be eclipsed in or out of your life, depending what's going in your world. It could be abrupt. It can play out over the next 6 months. You could already be in process. And this is completing on something to do with this Taurus story. This Taurus story, whatever house that's been hitting in your chart, where Taurus is in your chart, has been going through this complete renovation. Something new has to happen. Something new wants to emerge. And this is the final piece to let go of any areas where you are stuck. This eclipse is really potent. Wherever you're stuck will be challenged. This eclipse is a manifestation of the consequences of where you have overcompromised in your life to feel safe and secure and stable. There is nothing wrong with wanting to feel stable, safe, secure. In fact, it's your birthright as a human being. Taurus is the sign of the earth, of the tangible material elements of this human experience. What you can touch, sense viscerally, and what you can feel. And Taurus is also where heaven meets earth, where we come into physical manifestation. So it's about our bodies, it's about our food, our house, our home, where we live, our land, all of our resources. So we all at that deep human survival level want to feel safe. And the eclipses are pushing us into a new paradigm of what that really means. The North Node has been traveling through Taurus. Uranus, the planet of revolution, of innovation, of new paradigms, is still in Taurus. In fact, only just over halfway through this bigger cycle. So another few years left of this. This is where, as a species, we are being pushed to review and reassess our relationship to resources. The North Node has been saying there's a new way. Uranus is saying there's a better way. We need to create a new earth, a new way of being on earth. And so anywhere that you have been staying loyal, Taurus is very loyal to old traditional ways of feeling safe, secure, and stable. The consequences of that, if they no longer serve you and they're not allowing you to evolve, that will be up, that will be activated, and you will be feeling it at a really uncomfortable level. Again, go read your horoscopes, find out what house in your chart is ruled by Taurus, and you'll see some more personal themes. And then if you have any planets there, you can look at my Patreon and you can see what house this last eclipse is triggering in your chart to get a sense of what's going on more personally, but at the collective level, it's so obvious we have to review, renew, and innovate the way that we are with our resources, the way that we feel safe. As a species, our poverty consciousness has been being totally taken through an initiatory process. I know that there is a big wealth divide situation that's happening. I know resources are being challenged on this planet. And this may go on for a little bit longer with Uranus traveling through Taurus. And we have Neptune still in Pisces. Saturn is retrograde in Pisces. The unraveling of the deception and the spells and the myths are still very much at play. But for you personally, really, really observe where you've been stuck in a box that actually is now not safe anymore. Maybe initially it felt really safe, this job, this relationship, just this world view. Maybe it made you feel comfortable and secure, but now it's like, oh, this box is getting too small. I feel restricted. I feel constrained. I've compromised all of these other aspects that are important to me to feel safe. No, I'm not saying you have to throw away safety and go crazy, but really look at what safety really means. I have sat with a lot of people doing one-on-one sessions for many years, and I have seen over and over again that it's more unsafe to stay in these contained, constrained, uncomfortable boxes that keep you small than it is sometimes to just break through. So if you are feeling this at this lunar eclipse in these coming days, then know that this cycle wants to support you to break out, to remove those confined beliefs, stories, relationships, jobs, careers, whatever it is, so that you can start evolving your personal story in alignment with the new energies that are coming in, the new paradigms, the new species we need to become to actually survive our own karmic reckoning that we're going through as a species. You can tune in. If you're listening to this, you know there's something to these cycles. You know there's something to astrology. So you can work with this energy and say, enough. I am done with this restriction. I am done with feeling stuck. I am done with thinking that this is what's safe. Actually, this isn't safe. Sometimes it's more safe to leave, to take on a new job, to let go of that fear and to stop being stuck. Get unstuck at this eclipse. Embrace what's coming up. Work with it consciously. We had the new moon solar eclipse just gone in Libra. So we are beginning a whole new eclipse cycle for another year and a half and just over with Libra. Libra and Aries. This is about letting go of your old relationship myths, not just romance and marriage, all of your interpersonal relationships, to embrace a new way of expressing yourself. Not being selfish, but valuing yourself. And this lunar eclipse is saying, are there any relationships that you noticed in the last couple of weeks, in the last month or so, that are just coming from an old story that need to end? It doesn't mean you have to break up with your partner, but if that's what's up for you, this eclipse is going to really push you. This eclipse in Taurus, where we've got this energy of getting unstuck, could also be really showing you where you are trying over and over again to make something work that you deep down, honestly, you know it's done. It's over. I need to let it go. Again, be real. Be honest. Embrace the new energies that are coming through so that you can align yourself with something new. You're not alone. We are all going through this. So if you're looking out now and thinking, hey, I can't possibly leave that person because I'll never meet somebody that makes sense with me because of what you've seen in this moment and in the past, let it go. There are people, they are out there. We are all going through these transits. And if you're in a relationship where you haven't been giving enough love, or your old expectations about what you think it should look like, and you know, honestly, get real, it's getting in the way, let it go. Release that and show up to your partner in a new way. We have to let go of these old poverty consciousnesses in the collective. We have to let go of the fear of not having enough, because when we're scared of that, we don't give. We stop giving. We stop giving our love. We stop sharing our resources, our soul, our gifts, our talents. So really look at this lunar eclipse and see what's emerging, what's bubbling up. What is showing up in your world? What's coming at you? What are people saying? What are you noticing? What are your dreams saying? Work with it. Get back in touch with your personal truth. Listen to your body, Taurus. Get back into you. Get into nature. Connect with the earth. I know it sounds so cliche and corny, but really stop being distracted by the outer world. Stop compromising on what you know is meaningful and valuable to you. Get really honest. Jupiter is within a range of this eclipse. So this tells us then that whatever you are going through, whatever's being activated, that you can trust that it's going to be okay. So if you're recognizing a relationship or a career or any dynamic in your life that you know it just needs to end and you're scared, trust in the positive protection of Jupiter. Trust in the process. Jupiter is saying there are people that can help. There are teachers. There is a bigger meaning to this. Have faith. Do the work. Let go of what needs to be completed and don't lose faith. When it comes to the more esoteric meaning of this eclipse, bringing in the lunar mansions, the Vedic nakshatra system, this eclipse is actually happening in Ashvini, and Ashvini is a beginning point. It's a very dynamic, energetic lunar mansion, very powerful place within the heavens where this eclipse is happening. So this suggests that something very new and energetic wants to emerge. And with Jupiter close, bringing in some gifts and protecting us and maybe even expanding out where you're stuck so that you can see it, so that you can make a change, then trust in these bigger cycles. It will be to bring something new into your life. And then in just days after this eclipse, Saturn will turn direct. We get to reap what we've been sowing. If you've been working hard the last 3 to 4 months, then once Saturn starts turning direct, you will feel like you can actually get some traction going in the world. So whatever's being released, whatever seeds you've been sowing at the new moon solar eclipse in Libra, which was actually quite beautiful. Now we're at this lunar eclipse, whatever's in the way of those seeds taking form in the material world, taking root and growing, release it at this lunar eclipse. And then when Saturn starts moving direct in a few days, then you can actually start, or early November, you can start to see why all of that hard work is paying off. We will be supported. Saturn has been in Pisces, unraveling all of these deceptions, lies, and within ourselves and within the collective. When it starts going direct, we're going to see clearly. So get real, work with this, let all of this support your journey. And if you want to dive deeper, check out my Patreon. Come and journey with me in ritual. There is so much power to ritual. Science is seeing the evidence that it is so empowering to work in ritual, to decide how you want to feel, how you want to work with things, who you want to be. Come and work with me in ritual and, get really ready to stand for what you know is true for you. It's time to awaken more of your personal courage and your faith in yourself. And it's time to really start believing in what is right for you. And at this lunar eclipse, you can let go whatever is in the way of that. So happy eclipse. Take care out there. And yeah, I'll see you again really soon.